Hello, everybody. Davey Stalo here. Once again, your favorite person in the whole world. Bow down and worship me. Yeah, right. I hope everybody's doing great. I'm doing good. You might notice I'm clean shaven. Decided to give one more clean shave before I grew the beard for winter, which is, well, on its way. But right now, we got this wonderful fall weather that's in the 70s today, supposed to be in the 70s tomorrow, 60s and 70s all week, 70s next weekend. I'm trying to take advantage of this great weather, get out and do things. Unlike what I couldn't do during the summertime when it was hot. Sure I could get out, but do things, but I didn't want to get out there and sweat. Yeah, it gets old pretty quick. So also we got glasses on today. My vision is just not cooperating today. Some days I can see fine up close. Other days I can't. But what's funny is for years, I was nearsighted, and this past year, I've gone to kind of 20/20 vision, but my up close has, I don't know. I think it has something to do with the sinus infection I have pushing on my optic nerves. I don't know. But anyway, we're not here to talk about doctors and vision and stuff. We're going to talk about music, one of my favorite subjects. And boy, trying to get these videos out lately has been kind of tough. But, when you got other things to do like painting and maintenance of the house and work, well, those take priority over this, unfortunately. So, anyway, before we get started, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Uh, Even if you don't want to watch my videos that often, just subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything, but it helps out my channel. Uh, hit like the video. That also helps. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode if you don't want to miss. And leave your own comments down below about today's subject or all the other subjects that I've talked about or will talk about in the future. So anyway, today, if you hadn't already guessed, we're going to be talking about Ayreon, the one-man band with a lot of guests. You uh, Interesting band. I discovered this band, I believe, last spring, and I was just going through a bunch of things on YouTube Music, and along came what I call the binary album. I think it's 01011110001. I'm not gonna call it that one. I'm gonna call it the binary. Uh, and that just grabbed me right off the bat, and I've been a fan of this music ever since. And it's uh, the project of a Dutch songwriter, singer, musician, Arjen Anthony Lucassen, and this guy is brilliant. I mean, his music's been described as progressive rock, progressive metal, power metal. And it's got folk elements, electronic, classical music all mixed in, and the majority of it is oh, word I'm trying to think of too many things at once here. Uh, pr- uh, Rock operas, basically. Uh, Concept albums. Yeah, concept. That's what I'm trying to think of. Duh. Concept albums. I know a lot of people don't like concept albums. They just want to listen to music and singing. Songs, basically, are concept. I mean, they tell stories. unless they're just talking about nonsense, which a lot of today's music is nonsense. But I'm not going to get into that. Uh, that's my view. Uh, but the majority of this, with the exception of actual fantasy, and actual fantasy is not a concept album. It's a bunch of different concept stories. If you you're getting what I'm trying to say here. It's, but we'll get into that eventually. Uh, Arjen started this out in 1995, and he's had a lot of different people sing on the albums. Floriansen, for example. Um, let's see here. Bring up the guest. Yeah, Floriansen of Nightwish. D. Snyder, Devin Townsend, for example, just Fish from, you know, uh, not Fish the band, but Fish the guy. Used to sing for Marillion. Let's see who else here. We know a whole bunch of people. Oh, James LeBray of Dream Theater. But yeah, even John Wetton of Asia. So he's had a lot of people sing on his albums. So anyway, let's get into this, shall we? Let's get into this. Let's get into it, man. For those who don't know how this works, I start with my least favorite, work out to my favorite. We got 9 albums here. Just because it's my least favorite doesn't mean I don't listen to it. I just don't reach for it as often. It doesn't grab me as much. So anyway, there's 9 albums. He does have a one album that's not included in Ayreon uh, discography, and that's his solo album, basically, where he does all. I think he does the singing, but anyway, we're not going to include that one. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, let's get into this, shall we? Starting at number 9. Number 9 at 9 is The Human Equation. Released May 25th, 2004. Good album. Basically about a man, the story of a man who, after he falls into a coma following a car accident, and confronts his past and emotions and the current situation that while he lays trapped inside his own mind. Good storyline, but it just doesn't grab me, at least not right now. Players on here, I believe it's all this, singers. James LeBray, Michael Ackerfeld. Apologies if I mispronounce these names. Eric Clayton, Heather Finlay, Irene Jensen, Magnus Eckwall, Devin Graves, Marcella Bovoyo, Arjen Lucassen sings on this. Mike Baker, might recognize that name. Mike Baker of Mike Baker of that one band. Oh my gosh. Can't think of the name. and it's one of my favorite bands. Oh well. Um, let's see here. Yeah, Shadow Gallery. God, I can't think of these things. Getting too old, I guess. Devin Townsend and Ed Warby. Um, plus, different musicians. Um, and all these CDs are double CDs. So let's see if I can get the. There we go. Generally has a picture of the. There we go. The singers right there. And each person plays a different character in the storyline. Uh, I don't know if they played them. Oh, well, we won't get into that. But like I said, a good storyline, but it just doesn't grab me as much. But definitely check it out. It might grab you. You never know. You never know until you try these things. I've been trying to lately uh, bands that I've known about that doesn't don't hold an interest to me for some reason, or whether it be a song that was I don't like on the radio. Uh, I've been trying to go in and investigate their discography because if you listen to if you only heard a couple of songs on the radio and you don't like those songs, uh, it's not really fair to the musician because radio can make and break an individual or a band. Um, and I'm guilty of this. Hearing, I did this with Elton John. Um, wouldn't give any other albums a try. The only album I was interested in when I was younger was Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Eventually decided to go in, listen to all the other albums, and I like, whoa, you know, aside, aside from the hits, he's got a load of great music, and so if you've only heard a couple of songs from Ayreon and you're not, it doesn't grab you, well, something might. Give it a chance. So anyway, on to number 8. Okay, number 8. Come to album released October 28, 2013. That's The Theory of Everything. Now, unlike the majority of the albums in the Arian Ayreon discography, this one is not connected to the others. This one's its own separate animal, uh, and it's good, like this, but it hasn't quite grown on me yet. It's basically about another concept album. Like I said, all these are concept albums except for uh, actual fantasy. Uh, it basically follows the storyline of a lung prodigy and his family, girl rival, teacher. And the father is working on a thing called the theory of everything, and his son is brilliant. And because of that brilliance, he kind of tends to shy away from people and live inside his mind. Of course, he has a rival, this bully. You know, what would a genius be without a bully in his life, right? Uh, Again, we got different uh, people playing different individuals on here. Um, let's see here. Says who plays what. Okay. JB, Grand Magus as the teacher. There's no names here. It's just the teacher, the girl, blah, blah, blah. Sarah Dranian, uh, Ancient Bards as the girl. Uh, Michael Mills, Tohinder as the father. Christian Scabry, Lucia Coyle, Lucia Lucian Coyle. Apologies if I mispronounced these. As the mother. Tommy Kervik, Camelot and Seventh Wonder as the prodigy. Marco Hitalia, former Nightwish, former Turret as the rival. John Wetton, Asia, King Crimson Family, Roxy Music as the psychiatrist. And Wilmer Brock provides backing vocals. You got other musicians, Arjen Lucassen, Ed Warbury, Rick Wakeman, Keith Emerson plays on this one. Jordan Regis, Gene Theater, Steve Hackett from the Genesis, Troy Donockley, Nightwish. I mean, just I love the way he includes different people on different albums. Gives them a nice different flavor. But it's a good storyline. It's just I don't reach for it as much, but still, definitely check it out. And of course, there should be, look at that cover. I mean, there's not a bad cover in the bunch here, and they're all fantastic. Kind of on the abstract, but still excellent covers. Oh. That's the only thing I don't like about CDs is trying to get these little booklets out. There's the players. There's the main man right there. And then trying to get the damn things back in. This booklet is really thick. I hate taking that one out. So, but anyway, it's a good storyline, but like I said, this doesn't grab me as much. But check it out. It might grab you. So that's my number 8. On to number 7. Okay, this one is the very first Ayreon CD, released in October 27th, 1995. The Final Experiment. This one is kind of growing more and more on me. And it's a good storyline. A lot of this deals with science fiction. A lot of the stories here. This one takes place. It's 2084. Scientists find a way to send messages back in time using telepathy. With the early Earth, the Earth is nearly destroyed in 2084, and they try to send back a warning, and it's received by a guy named Ayreon, a blind minstrel living in the sixth century Britain. So they send these messages back, trying to get him to maybe warn people that we need to change things, change our way of thinking, or otherwise we're doomed in the future. But of course, you're dealing with people, that see things differently and they don't want to believe. This one, I think we're dealing with people in King Arthur's court and Merlin and so on. Let's see, vocalist Barry Hay, Edward Reekers, uh, young Chris de Courier, uh, Jay Van Ferglin, Lenny Wolf, might be Lenny Wolf. I think it was with Kingdom Come for a while. Leon Gowell, Joel. He does Merlin. Robert Soderbeck. Uh, but I'm not going to go through all this. There's a lot of players on here. A lot of players. A lot of people whose names I cannot pronounce. I probably eventually could if I sit there and practice enough, but actually a good storyline. I don't know if there's any pictures in this one. There's a kind of good message we could follow today. If we don't change things, we might be looking at doomsday here, the way things are going. But we're not going to get into politics. There are some of the players. I believe that's it. Yep. But check that one out. Now this one was originally just a single disc. Uh, he included a disc too because, like I said, all these are double discs, and he later on added one because it was kind of, I guess, lonesome. The second disc is a semi-acoustic bonus CD. Think different, might be songs from the, see, Dreamtime, Eyes of Time, Accusation, so on. But anyway, yeah, definitely check it out. Like I said, there's not a bad cover here at all, and not with any of these. And I love it when somebody has a good sense of what covers they should go with what will fit the music perfectly, and these all do. So, okay, we're on to, that was number 7. We're on to number 6. Okay, number 6, released September 25th, 2020. This is the most recent album in the Ayreon discography. Talk about Transitus. Storyline, but it's not connected to the main Ayreon storyline. It's separate sci-fi gothic horror story. Follows the story of a protagonist, Daniel, who's banished from his house by his father, who's played by Dee Snider, after he's having an affair with one of the servants, Abby. And tragic story of love and people, jealousy, and he's got a brother that's totally jealous of him. This one I really like, but I think the ones that are going to come up are a little bit better. This one doesn't get a lot of love from the Ayreon Nation, fans and stuff. Probably because it doesn't follow the main storyline. It's different, its own animal, its own story. But what it's really got going for it is got Tom Baker, who's an actor, and he's played, I think, the fourth Doctor on Doctor Who. Fantastic actor, fantastic man. Let's see here. There's Tom right here. Some of the players here. Oh, there's D right there. I think. Oh, yeah, we already seen those. Okay. But yeah, it's good storyline, but it's and Tom Baker adds a good flair to it. I mean, as the storyteller, he keeps the story flowing. He lets lets us know what's going on, what to expect. I just love it. It makes the whole album flow smoothly. Uh, I think my favorite off the album is a song called "Get Out Now," where he goes to confront his father, and is a good heavy rocker. Uh, it's fantastic. D. Snyder doing this, the father is perfect. He does a great job, and Tom, like I said, does a great job as a storyteller. Uh, but definitely check this out. And I don't think it'd be, you might fall in love. Of course, you might hate it, but that's my number 6. Moving on to number 5, the top 5 at 5. Okay. Released October 31st, 1998. Inside the Electric Castle. Look at that cover. I love these covers. This one's concerning 8 people, 8 characters taken from different planes of time. You got a hippie, you got a knight, a Highlander, so on. And they're taken to this place called Electric Castle, and the voice tells them, this voice, who's done by Peter Daltrey, tells them that one of them must die, but they're going to go through a number of tests. But and some stay behind. The Highlander, played by Fish, stays behind. Refuses to go through the first test, which is reaching for the light. Go through the tunnel of light, and but it's a really good storyline, good music backing it. Let's see if we got. Oh, there we go. There's Fish right at the top middle. Ayreon Lucassen does the hippie. He doesn't do too many vocals on these albums, but what he does is perfect. I don't know if there's any more pictures here. Nope. I thought there was. But yeah, it's basically a story about a bunch of people being put through a test and see what decisions they make and so on, so on. Uh, that's what life is. That's what we're all going through is a test. Whether you believe in God or not, life is a test. Whether we reach for the light or reach for darkness, or just stay right in between. You this one could have been easily my number 1, but the ones that are to come. Well, let's put it this way: if I'd done this like 6 or 7 months ago, this would probably been different. I did do a video right before I started actually got on YouTube and started doing videos. I did do a video concerning Ayreon, but I wasn't quite ready yet to do this stuff. So, but anyway, check it out. Inside the Electric Castle. That's my number 5, top 5 at 5. Now moving on to number 4. Okay, now this next one, like all of them, it's a double album, but they're 2 separate albums. They're released separately, but I got the disc, which has both albums, both CDs. Released June 20th, 2000 is the first one, and it'll be the front cover, Universal Migrator, the Dream Sequencer. And it deals with a man. Let's see here. But it's in the storyline of the Ayreon storyline. It's after the war, the final war that wipes out Earth in 2084. One man remains alive, and he's living on Mars all by himself. And the only thing he's got to keep him from going mad is this dream sequencer that he goes in and relieves himself, relives things from the past. That would be tough, knowing that you're stuck here on this planet, that you can't. The only time you can go outside is if you have air tanks and stuff, and you're all alone. Nobody's on Mars with you. Everybody on Earth's dead or dying. But it's just, that would be horrible. And of course, you got a bunch of different players. We'll get in that minute. The other album on here is Universal Migrator Part 2, The Flight of the Migrator. And where the Dream Sequencer is not as heavy, the Universal Migrator is more of a heavy metal flavor. And Arjen Lucassen decided to do that because he thought, well, some people, there's some people that's not going to like the Dream Sequencer, but they'll probably like this the Flight of the Migrator better. Well, so he did a second disc concerning the same thing, except that it dealt with going to the start of the universe with the Dream Sequencer. But the thing is it didn't matter. Everybody loved both discs, so he decided to put them in one album. There's the Flight of the Migrator cover. Of course, look at that disc has Mars on it. But that front cover, I just love it. That's so cool. Let's see here. Okay, here's the players on a Dream Sequencer. And then you got, let's see, where are they? And this is the Flight of the Migrator. Good storyline. Dream Sequencer, though, is just really, every time I listen to it, I'm like, wow. It's hard to imagine what it'd be like to be knowing that you're the only person alive. I mean, ew, and especially stuck on a planet where you can't go outside. Of course, if the way the story goes here, Earth's totally destroyed. So I don't know. But yeah, definitely check that out. That's my number 4 Universal Migrator. We're on to number 3. Okay, released October 23rd, 1996. The second album, the Ayreon discography, Actual Fantasy. Now you see Revisited down here. And from what I understand, the first version had electronic drums and very few guest musicians. Um, yeah, there wasn't as many as on the others. Uh, so, and it didn't do very good, and probably because who wants to hear electronic drums on every single song? Might do well to enhance a song or something, but solely relying on it, no. So he went back, added regular drums and stuff, beefed it up, and that's why it says Revisited. I really like this album. Uh, it's not. It doesn't follow the Ayreon storyline. It's its own animal, and it's not a concept album, though. But the songs are concepts. They're each one little sci-fi, whatnot story. Um, but yeah, definitely. And this one's also got. Let's see this. Yeah, this has got 2 discs, but one's a DVD. So this is the only one that doesn't have 2 CDs, but it does have a DVD. Uh, Actual Fantasy Revisited 2004, Actual Fantasy 1970 version, so you can actually listen to the original version if you want to check it out. Video clips, featurette, recording drums, bass, and guitar in 2004. So yeah, he redid this in 2004. So it's different, but it's no stinker. This could very well someday be my number 1. So definitely check it out. Actual Fantasy number 3 onto the top 2. Okay, number 2, released April 28th, 2017. An album that's really warming up to me. The Source. This is an excellent album. I mean, this could very well be my number 1, but I believe my number 1 is just a teeny little bit better. This one, the storyline follows people living on a planet called Alpha in the Andromeda Galaxy, where the leader, the president, or whatever, gives the mainframe computer known as the Frame full powers over Alpha, which turns out to be a mistake. They eventually have to leave the planet, and they have to go for a transition from air breathing to amphibian, aquatic living, as they can't live on the surface because the sun of the planet, what's called Planet Y, is deadly. And I believe that Planet Y is the planet's eventually going to become Earth. So, um, and this is a prequel to a previous album, which I'll name you. If you're an Ayreon fan, you know what my number 1 is. So, but this is an excellent album. Starts out strong, ends strong. The storyline's strong. Is there pictures in here? I mean, this In fact, just not a bad cover in the bunch here. And there's references to there's a little electric castle. Look at that. This artwork's awesome. These default lyrics and storyline. And Arjen Lucassen, he's fantastic. He knows how to put a story and album and songs and everything together. I mean, look at this one. Isn't that awesome? If that's a ship that takes them from their old world to the new one. This one kind of reminds me of the Death Star. Look at this one. Reminds me of Star Wars. Coruscant. There's the players. More pictures. I mean, this ton of pictures. I mean, look at this one. Breakdowns with the ships. But it's just awesome, awesome music, awesome storyline. This one, I had a heck of a time getting. If I remember correctly, I ordered this. So was it this year? Yes, first of the year, or no, actually, the end of last year. Was it last year? Well, anyway, I ordered it, and it didn't come. They said it was on their way. It was being delayed. I never got it. So I went back to reorder, and they wanted a lot more money. So I said, I'll just wait until they have something a little bit more reasonably priced. Eventually, did, and I finally got it. What happened to the original one? I have no idea. I think somebody must have decided to take it. You know, I don't know. I hope whoever has it, I hope they're enjoying it. They're free CD, of course. You know, I've heard stories where their trucks were getting broke into and stuff stolen, tossed out. So I don't know. But anyway, on to the number one. Okay. Released worldwide. It was first released in Japan on January 23rd, 2008, but released worldwide January 28th, 2008. I don't know why they did that, but album that did it for me. The Binary album. Excellent cover. This is the sequel to this. Even though this came out first, this is a prequel to this one. So basically following the aliens were now called Forever, who created humanity and eventually endangered it with technology. You know, this is following the storyline of Ayreon, that culminates in Universal Migrator. Yeah, this is right from the get go. Just grabbed me. I mean, it starts out with, let's see, Age of Shadows, which I believe we're living a kind of age of shadows ourselves right now. But I'm not going to get into the politics. I, I listen to politics every day, and no. But I mean, just oh, I mean, hear this like mechanical thing going on, and then and just gives you chills. I mean, I turned it on. First time I heard it, I turned it on and laid down on my couch upstairs, and it just started, and I just this grin just golfed my face. I loved it. I'm like, this is ooh. I love when I get chills on this stuff. Uh, Goes into that's the first song. Age of Shadows is three-parter. Age of Shadows, We Are Forever, and then Age of Shadows, We Are Forever is a reference to the people who created humanity from the planet Alpha. Comatose is real, real subdued, melodic, just excellent. Love it. Liquid Eternity, hard rocking, hard driving rocker, man. Connected Dots, great. Beneath the Waves, Newborn Race, Ride the Comet, oh, Web of Lies, The Fifth Extinction, Waking Dreams, The Truth Is Here, Natural Selection, River Time, E equals MC squared, The Sixth Extinction. Just awesome. Of course. Let's see if we can get it out of the case again, which is fighting me as usual. It's that front page. Let's see. I don't know if there's any pictures in this or not. There should be. Oh, there we are. The players. But, just filled with excellent pictures and stuff. Just awesome. So, yeah, this one, like I said, is just a teeny bit better than this one, though they're so close. It's awesome. I love bands or people, and really Ayreon is basically one person with guests. But that aside, Arjen Lucassen is an awesome individual. Uh, Pete Pardo I think he's done a couple interviews with him discussing his music and stuff. But check out all these albums out. I mean, even the one I like the least is excellent. I mean, the music, everything. So there you have it. Ayreon ranked. Little recap. Binary album. The Source. Actual Fantasy. Revisited. Universal Migrators, parts 1 and 2. into the electric castle. Transitus. And Transitus is the limbo between heaven and hell, where you wait, I guess, for God to make his decision. Final experiment, theory of everything, and the human equation. Go check them out. Make your own decisions. I'd love to see your own ranking of Ayreon down below. Leave it in your comments. Leave your own. Whatever. Just keep it decent and clean. And if you want to, there have been a couple individuals who deem it necessary to throw in weird, subtle insults. I know I'm not the most charismatic person in the world. I'm not trying to be. I'm just trying to talk music and give my view on things musical. So, but if you want to, if that's how you get your high, don't bother. I will delete it. I will delete insults and negativity. As long as it's not a personal attack, So, anyway, check it out. Go make your own decisions. If you love it or hate it, give it a try. So, coming up, my ranking of the songs Saturday morning. I didn't pick any from my bowl of wonders. I'm gonna give that a rest for a while. Ranking the songs is a lot tougher than ranking the albums because you have to sit there and listen to each album over and over again. And this last one that was Hawkwind, Sonic Attack. It was tough. It was really tough. So, and I want to give an honest opinion. I don't want to get a half-assed opinion. So, but anyway, coming up, we're doing another rankings video. I'll probably put that out Tuesday morning. I try to get all my videos out at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So hopefully Tuesday I'll get one out ranking the albums or album covers of Iron Maiden. Next Saturday, I probably won't be doing a video. My Saturday morning rankings of the songs. Like I said, I didn't pick another one, so I don't know. Eventually, when I get back into swing of things, with trying to spread, sometimes I spread myself a little bit too thin. So anyway, Tuesday morning be the ranking of the album covers of Iron Maiden from the worst to best, and that's I was going to do this for Monday morning, but it's getting a little bit late here right now. Got other things to do. So anyway, have a good week. Hope your weekend is going great, or has gone great. Hope your week goes great wherever you are. I'll get it out there. Stay positive. Stay hopeful. Especially if you're in the Ukraine area. Best wishes for everybody. I hope things work out. They will eventually work out. I do believe that. I know things aren't going, or the outlook of things aren't going particularly well, but what can you do? So stay positive, and I'll see you all hopefully Tuesday morning.